Phelps pitch competition. A little bit, continue. All right. A little bit different than what we had planned, but since we've had practice with this the last 2 years, we are now excited to be able to do a fully remote, on the fly, bad weather, St. Louis ice storm pitch competition in about 24 hours notice. So thank you to all the judges, students, participants, and #1 rock star, Drew McAllister, for putting this together on the fly, on short notice, and getting us all here to really celebrate these students who put about 6 months of hard work into this, that have taken feedback, expanded their ideas, changed teams, and grown a lot along the way. So we are excited to get this pitch competition rolling, and we're going to start with our judges here. We have Sandy. She is the Alumni Parkway Associate Director. And then we have Jeff Altman. He is a mortgage loan officer with Arbor Financial Group. I'm sure he has some interesting interest rate topics as of here the last month or two, as that's ever changing. Debbie Raskus with Plexus STL. And then we have Paul Hirant. He is a serial entrepreneur and the founder of Block ID. And then Debbie's husband, Dan Raskus, who operates Raskus Enterprise Baked Teas. And then, as you can see here, our lovely Drew, not this Drew, I'm just your lowly MC. Drew McAllister has really helped put this all together. And as you can imagine, stuck in the ice traffic. So we only had about 10, 15 minutes to prep this, and we are off to the races. So very excited to have everybody here. Just a reminder to the students and the judges and everyone watching at home, we are going to have a mix of business entrepreneurs as well as a mix of engineering entrepreneurs. And so they're going to have a little bit different mindsets and a little bit different ideas on what a goal is to them. So our judges are going to try to take that into account. And we're really excited to see what these students have to get going. A little bit of housekeeping of how this is going to work is me and Drew are going to kick back and forth. And then I am going to try to fill some dead air time as Drew gets the new entrepreneurs onto the screen. And then as the judges take their notes and write down their feedback to the students, I'll try to bring in a little bit of entrepreneurial mindset as I've now been working with Spark for 6.5 out of these 7 years. So I've done it in a couple different capacities over the years, and really excited for everybody to watch these students, and especially for the students to have their time in the spotlight. So with that, I'll kick it back over to Drew, who is going to set us up for our first competition. I'm going to stop share.
Oh, one more thing. You forgot a judge, David Marks, who is new to us this year. So thanks, David, for coming. I met you a long time ago at one of the Spark Parkway alumni events. So thank you for being here.
I came to a couple of things when it was at the Chesterfield Mall. I don't know if you're still over there or not.
Yeah, we are. Different location, but yes. So thank you for agreeing to judge tonight.
So yes, thank you. In case I may have missed the slide as I was.
And we have our new judge too. Do we have Dave Jones, D Design? Thank you, Dave.
Oh yeah, Dave Jones here, made it here at the last second. So yeah, we have a full crew off, and Drew, I'll let you kind of take over and get everybody set up with, while I set the stage here for Divine Minds. Divine Minds, this is Claire and Lexi. Go ahead and get set, and we are going to hear their inspirational work to becoming individuals through street fashion.
Just 1 second though. So David, did you get the link for the judges sheet online? Oh, you're muted, Dave.
No, I don't think I did.
Okay, so I'm going to send you there's a spreadsheet that has everyone's it has like all the I can't talk businesses, and then there's a judges form, and you only fill out the form for certain events. So I will send it to you right now in the chat. Maybe Drew, you can. I'm slow at this. Okay. So, okay, once you open up you can see the schedule. And then there is also a link to the judges form. And you'll be listening to all the pitches, but you're only required to fill out the judges form for the ones that are by your name on the spreadsheet. If that makes sense. Okay, are you able to open them?
All set?
Okay, we're ready. Okay.
All right.
This is a 5-minute hard stop, so I'm keeping time.
All right. Should we go?
Uh-huh.
Here's the problem. You're a young adult who desires status. Social status is defined by the clothing you wear. But the real question is, can your budget afford the fashion that you desire? Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I came from Del Mar in the Central West End near the Loop. I grew up thrifting and wearing hand-me-downs. The girls in my school wore new high-end clothing, and I desired the confidence that they showed from wearing those brands. My issue was stylish clothes was too expensive. Divine Minds presents you with a solution.
Divine Minds provides
What? We offer a bargain for high-value clothing. Our branded items are sold at a reduced percent from the cost at new. We offer fair prices that are affordable for a teenage budget. Divine Minds is a retail thrift brand for young adults. We are a legalized business with an LLC and domain. We offer branded fashion merchandise, and we retain our clothes through thrifting and consignment. But what's so special about us? We are your personal shoppers. Our handpicked items set us apart from the competition. Valuable clothing at an affordable price is an opportunity. We offer our customers benefits of deals, promo codes, and our fashion gives them a confidence boost. Now let's talk about competition. We have 3 main competitors: brands, shops online, and thrift stores. Each competitor has their own advantage and disadvantage. Brands are sold at new. They're high quality, they provide customers with security, and they're well known. Online stores have a range of styles, and everyone can find something. Thrift stores have a lot of clothes and are inexpensive, but these also have disadvantages. Brands are overpriced. Online stores and malls are easy to binge spend money. And thrift stores are not always in good condition, unorganized, and it's time consuming to look through all the items. So we have advantages like 17 brands, 15 styles, inclusive for all body types, fashion that stays in trend with the season, high demand, high quality, and fair prices.
We won our first pitch competition in October at Spark for $200. Just recently in December, we legalized our business as well. We are officially an LLC and bought our domain for our website, which we will feature next. We sold 40% of our products over 3 platforms to over 30 customers, many of them being returning customers, with 4 collections released and over 10 style categories found on our website. Next.
This is just a showing of our website and the Valentine's Day.
One of the reasons we chose to start Divine Minds is that in 2019, there was a 46% growth of Gen Z individuals who bought thrifted clothes. Gen Z is adopting secondhand apparel 2.5 times faster than any other age group. Thrifting has turned into a $28 billion industry that is expected to overcome fast fashion by 2029. Next. Our target market is an involved high school student, female and males, 14 to 19 years old, active on Instagram with a lower clothing expense budget, but a high thirst for affordable, trendy styles. 72% of our sales have been made through our website recently, and the rest through Instagram and Facebook Marketplace. We've made over a couple $100s this past month, surpassing our monthly goal by 95%. We promote our brand by boosting posts on Instagram and reposting our personal Instagram accounts with many girls in our target market. Next. Our plans are to keep exploring and taking our brand to new platforms, create our own business card, and recruit models for future regular photography shoots. If we won tonight, 60% of our profits would go towards buying more clothes, while 40% of the profit would go towards the supplies to repurpose thrifted clothing and market our brand.
Here's our socials, and our business motto is Fashion Divine, save money, save time. Thank you.
Thank you, Divine Minds. Thank you, Claire and Lexi. Always fun to be the first ones to take the maiden voyage as we both navigate the new technology environment and working with the people coming and going. So great job dealing with all the circumstances that jump up, and just one of the many qualities and characteristics we look to develop here at Spark. But who knew thrifting was going to take on Route 21 and Forever 21 these days is the new place to find affordable clothing. And while we're waiting here, I'm letting the judges get their things organized. We are going to have Swaggy Umbrellas up next. And while we get Swaggy Umbrellas up, we are going to do a quick shout out to two of our mentors who are also former students. These are always my favorite mentors. Sorry, Russ. But all my favorite mentors are all these students we used to have. One of the really cool things about Spark is we're actually building an alumni network. We now have 7 years worth of Spark students, and this year Noah Widener and Caleb Salter have both made impacts with our current class. So it's really exciting to see students come back 3 and 4 years later and demonstrate what they learned in Spark and then how they are actually utilizing that in their college experience. So definitely a shout out to Caleb and Noah, as it is exciting to see the students make a trip back. And we hope that these students come back 3 and 4 years later as well. So with that, hopefully the judges had a minute to get their notes written down before we turn it over to Swaggy Umbrellas. Swaggy Umbrellas, you guys are up.
And just a technical note, we can only display 2 students at a time. And so it looks like we can see one. Since we have a number of great judges, we only get to see 1 student once the share happens. So students, just keep that in mind. Good luck.
Imagine yourself in the driver's seat of your car. Rain is pouring down and your windshield wipers are trying to provide you some clarity in the storm. You know that you must get out and make a run for some shelter, but you dread it. Now you must decide if you duck your head, run, and hope for the best, or if you grab your umbrella. The first option of running will ensure that this ends with you being wet, while the second keeps you dry. But is it worth it? Is being dry for a few moments worth the hassle that you will face once inside? Your umbrella will be soaked, and therefore you as well, as you struggle to store it. Many of us have faced a situation similar to this, but I ask you, which option would you choose?
Okay, I just realized the problem. I am so sorry. Can we please restart? I was sharing the audio, so I couldn't talk.
You're good. Just keep rolling. You're good.
All right. So, as Bella was saying, that the numbers say that we have on average 2.4 umbrellas in the household, with over 33 million sold every year. Yet, despite this many umbrellas being in circulation, they have so many issues that some people just choose not to use them.
And Americans tend to forego using their umbrellas. And if so many people aren't using their umbrellas, why are so many being sold? People are looking for an umbrella that they won't want to leave behind. We are Swaggy Umbrellas, and we are putting the ease back into umbrellas. I know what you're thinking, not another umbrella company, but actually we aren't an umbrella company. We are an umbrella case company. During this presentation, we will share with you what our product is, why we've made it, and why we are talking to you.
So what is this case we were talking about? This case will be a 12-inch long, 4-inch diameter, which will be purposed to store and dry your umbrella. This will feature a drainage system that will have a battery-powered fan, which will be able to dry the canopy and keep the umbrella clean and dry. And as we can see in figure 1, it's our whole thing combined. Figure 2, this is our fan, which will be placed at the bottom of the case, which will be able to push all the air and water out. Figure 3 is the top of the fan, which is our lid. This will be the sponge, which will collect all the water. And figure 4 is our full case altogether.
Our idea didn't start out like this. We started this journey believing that we want to make the best umbrella out there, but we noticed can't really be changed. We planned on making an umbrella that did have an idea of encasing it to make opening and storing the umbrella easier. We also thought that the case could help dry our umbrella. This helped lead us closer to our most recent design. In the photos, you can see that We have multiple ideas for lids and how the canopy will be folded into our case.
So when we surveyed people, most people said they would rather run through the rain, get all wet instead of carrying the umbrella. And the main problem and the reason for this was because they didn't have enough hands to carry the umbrella. And when you store your umbrella, normally when you put it in your workplace, car, home, or other places, you tend to forget about it. So with this umbrella, we will be able to keep it and able to travel with it and put it in such bags and purses, and it will be able to be stored easily since it's a case, and you won't be worried about getting it wet and stuff.
And like Bella and Mary were saying, that we changed our idea a lot. And the man responsible for this genius help was one of our mentors, Kent Sheen. When we talked to him about designing the umbrella and case, he suggested to us that we should just more so focus on the case and not focus on too many things at the same time.
So this is our prototype. So in the first picture, we have our sponge, and this will be the lid, and the sponge will be placed on the top. The second is our mock umbrella. This which will be placed where the third picture is, where we have the orange placeholder. This is meant for screw in, screw out umbrella, since this case will be you can be able to screw in and screw out your own umbrellas so it can fit all umbrellas. And then the fourth picture is our whole prototype all together.
So what are we asking you, the judges of the Thomas Phelps competition, to give us the award money so that we can help build a better prototype to help everyone out there. And our goal would be to set up our home base near the Great Lakes, since that's where all the metal and manufacturing shops are, so we could distribute things better around the world and more efficiently so we can help more people. And our team is?
Hi, I'm Mary Basili.
And unfortunately, one of our team members, Amir Duday, could not be here with us, but I'm Andrzejowski.
All right. Thank you, Swaggy Umbrella, Bella, Mary, Andrew, and Amir. Great to see you guys being able to pass the microphone between the three of you this evening. Well done, kicking it back off after after a little technical challenge. You guys did great. Really exciting to see the Spark Engineering's first strand. That's at Carrie Hull's division. So thanks, Carrie, for getting everybody prepped and ready for a little bit different sort of pitch competition than you may be expected with the traditional business mindset. And that leads us to Kent Sheen and Russ Traeger, who are two of our longtime mentors who have been here for at least 5+ years. So thanks to Kent and Russ, who have been mentors for a long time. Kent, a little bit more on the engineering side, you'll see. And then Russ, you'll see on a little bit more of the procurement side. So both have great technical capabilities, as well as great with working with students. So we are run by our own little mini ecosystem that Xantha has created through the last 7 years, finding people that are willing to help once a year, finding people that are willing to help 2 or 3 times a year, and then finding some of those rock stars that are there every single week. So thank you if you're a part of the ecosystem. Every little bit of help helps the overall Spark world. So with that, we are going to move on to our next presentation, which is Inter-Titan. That is Ethan Bubb and Jackson Spielberg. You two are on the mic.
Cryptocurrency is a new idea, maybe, but maybe not for long. The Super Bowl on average pulls in around 96.5 million views, and the NFL, by choice, provides a complimentary NFT or non-fungible token with every ticket sold this year. This is an insane jump to public light that we know is destined to get even bigger than the Super Bowl.
Crypto is a hot topic with no way around it, and people are throwing money at it before they have a true investment strategy or any knowledge behind it, and that's where we come in.
The news in the crypto market is always changing. Everyone wants to keep up to date with this knowledge, but crypto, much like the daily news, can be very biased. We provide a simplified learning platform so our clients can learn about various topics. We want to help our clients learn about cryptocurrencies and digital assets to help make their funds safe.
Anyone who would like to learn about cryptocurrency and essentially be prepared for their financial future should use our service. I say that because crypto will be a major part of everybody's financial future, whether you like it or not. So we are putting our focus into taking the sometimes confusing process of learning about crypto and transforming it into a simple and easy to comprehend platform for an incoming high school student to take and understand completely.
With these coins continuing to grow and crypto becoming larger every year, we want the teenagers to be educated so they'll be more confident in their investing abilities. We offer much more than a course. It's like a full membership program. Whether you've dabbled in crypto, been investing for a while, or you tried Bitcoin, our program is just for you.
So saying this led into our first plan of action, which is to go local. We plan to push our idea to as many students as possible through Parkway Central and Parkway West, which are our two main home schools. And our plan is also currently in the works with the Parkway Central Cryptocurrency/Investment Club, in which we are creating a learning plan for all the students that are in the club, along with using platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, and Reddit. We are destined to have an amazing starting people behind our business.
Many people just think cryptocurrency is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and these are much similar to stocks or commodities. But people educated on the subject know there's just more than these coins. The whole digital space confuses people, and many companies try to take advantage of this opportunity. These platforms include CoinSnack or Pomp Letter, and they give information suited for adults, not teenagers. And people who already have a basic understanding of cryptocurrency as a whole aren't really who we're targeting. Here at InterTitan, we are providing a game-changing systems so teenagers can have multiple sources to look through, such as articles, graphs, videos, to build their knowledge, eventually to having enough to invest. We need this money to grow our client base and expand our network of people who we provide our services for.
Here at InterTitan, our goal is to provide an amazing customer experience that keeps people coming back every single morning. We hope to hear the name of our company in the conversations of young investors everywhere, and be prepared and be able to prepare the youth for a successful financial future by giving them the ability and information needed to properly invest, and be prepared for an industry which is only going to get bigger and bigger as time goes on. So I ask you today, who's ready to learn? Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jackson and Ethan, for bringing us up to speed in everything that is the new digital economy. Appreciate your guys' insight, and look forward to seeing what you guys are going to continue to push out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Moving our way down the schedule, we are going to run into Ella and Kushi, and they are going to tell us about Kala. Kala is a jewelry company with the goal of turning style into support for children's hospital patients. So interested to hear what these two young entrepreneurs have. If you guys are ready to go, we are ready to put you on stage.
All right. My business is Kella, and we are a jewelry company. My partner Ella cannot be here, so I'll be sharing her story. When Ella was 12 years old, she lost her mom to a heart condition. The first few months after everything happened, her friends and family all reached out to her in order to show their support. She got lots of flowers and get well soon cards, even some gift baskets. None of that seemed very personal to her. Over time, the flowers died and the cards got lost. Now people stopped reaching out to her, but that doesn't mean that she has moved on. Grief comes in waves and never completely goes away. Our purpose at Kella is that we don't want anyone to feel like they are forgotten after time has passed. Kella is a jewelry company aimed with the goal of turning style into support. We offer a great selection of different colored jewelry and styles. Our products are handmade, and a portion of our proceeds are donated to Children's Hospital. In each gift bag, there's a QR code that you can scan and submit a message of encouragement. That message will then be handwritten by me or Ella, and that will then be given to the children at the St. Louis Children's Hospital. Our products are marketed towards women aged 12 to 30. Right now, we mainly advertise through Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook Marketplace. Each of our jewelry costs less than $3 to make and are priced from $10 to $18. Our wholesale buying has allowed us to keep costs down and keep our pricing affordable for customers. Kella also donates 40% of our profit to Children's Hospital and has raised $200 so far. Our first launch were our soaring support sets. These cost us $1.26 to make and were sold at $15. This launch allowed us to break even in 2 weeks. Our crystal necklaces were our second launch, and these cost $2.99 and were sold at $18. This launch allowed us to double our profits in 1 week. Our last launch included our Keep Your Loved Ones Close lockets, angel number necklaces, and heart sets. This has been our most rewarding launch, and we recently were successfully able to make a $200 donation to Children's Hospital. Right now, we are looking for a more efficient way to promote and advertise our products. We have taken workshops and social media advertisement and already have doubled our follower count. In the future, we would like to host a giveaway and other promotional events in order to gain attention. In addition, we would like to sell our products in stores. In the future, we hope to sell our jewelry in various places, such as Hallmarks and other gift shops. Lastly, a huge goal for Kella would be able to double our recent donation to Children's Hospital. Based on recent sales trends, we plan on exceeding our projected profit margin and are certain we will be able to make this donation. The jewelry market is extremely competitive. Kella, however, stands out. Kella's collection forms a personal connection to the customer. To Kella, being client-focused in the jewelry industry means regarding each and every client as an individual, rather than as another number to a trend. We take the opportunity to get to know our customers, listen to their story, and learn about their lifestyles, which big corporations lack. Our jewelry is also handmade, and each piece is made with love. The sense of hardship, care, and attention to detail is embedded in each piece. This engraves a lot of sentimental value into a handmade piece of jewelry, making it a lifetime treasured item. Lastly, our handwritten notes that are donated are unique to Kella. It ensures that your purchase from Kella is making a difference and brightening someone else's day. Jewelry is no longer just a fashion statement. It is personal and shares the story. When it comes to sentiment gifts, products are designed for the sender, and we have lost touch of the real reason we send gifts, which is to show that we will always be there for them. At Kella, we believe that everyone deserves support. No one should feel alone again, not with Kella on the market.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Always difficult sharing someone else's very intimate story and their own origin story. So great job at handling that assignment. That's not an easy one. Something that's especially as close to the heart as those can be. And as difficult it is to share some of those personal moments in a Zoom environment where it may not always feel as intimate as if you were on stage speaking to your classmates, students, friends, and family. One of the good perks about Spark is just being nimble, putting people in tough positions, putting students in positions that they've never been in before, and then seeing how they adapt and overcome, seeing where those challenges lie, and using the resources provided to them, whether that's Xantha, whether that's the mentors, the judges here, and figuring out how to overcome those obstacles. Definitely one of the things that we really try to strive here in the park ecosystem. So thank you both. Next, we have MWC. This is Kaysen, Maria, and Will. You guys are up next.
All right, can you guys see my screen? Everything good? All right. Hi, I'm Will Reeves.
I'm Maria Long.
And I'm Kaysen Blatz. This is our company, MWC.
Now, what if I told you our company could save you thousands of dollars per year? Remember gas prices 2 to 3 years ago? They were as low as $1.50, but now I checked today, they're $3.20. So let's do some math. The average tank of gas in a car is about 16 gallons. So if we multiply that by $3.20, you're at $51.20 per dollars per tank of gas. Multiply this by 52 weeks in a year, so you get you refill your tank every week. You're looking at $2,600 per year. Our product will be able to save you this money.
What is our product? Our product is a conversion kit for a diesel engine to run off vegetable oil. We knew what we wanted to do, we just didn't know how. Tom from Objects Design helped us put our ambitions into motion to create our conversion kit. Our first step to this kit is as simple as going onto your phone and going to Safari or Google and searching our company's website. The second step is typing your VIN into our search bar, and our website will pull up your car, make, and model. Our third step gives you an idea of pricing. It will give you an estimate of what your car will cost to convert to run off vegetable oil. Our fourth step is as easy as pie, and the conversion kit will show up at your door.
Our target market. So jumping back to what I said earlier about saving thousands of dollars, let's apply this to farmers or trucking companies, where they spend thousands, billions, you can see, per year on fuel for their machines. Farmers collectively spend about $15.25 billion. Trucking companies individually, they spend about $50,000 on fuel per truck alone. And then you can see your average consumer, about $3,000.
So when we started this project, we weren't really sure what we were going to do, but all we knew was that there wasn't a commercial renewable fuel source. And that's a problem because what happens when we run out? We won't have a solution. So we had 3 months of research, and we met with Ken, Sheen, and Corey Fitz from Objects Design, and all types of people. And after those 3 months of research, we came to the conclusion that we were going to have a kit that creates a average consumer to allow them to convert their engine and then have solely run off vegetable oil. So after we did that, we got a donation from Terry Blatz to have a 1-cylinder diesel engine, and we have been working and testing on that engine for the past 3 weeks now to just get it started and get it running, taking it apart or putting it back together. And right now we're at the process of adding another tank so we can get that vegetable oil running. So who are we helping? So first of all, obviously we're going to help the average consumer, save up to $3,000 per year, just freeing them of fuel costs. We're also helping environmentalists with our goal of having a clear-cut way to lower vehicle emissions. Most people say, Tesla's electric car is a solution, or Toyota's hydrogen car is the solution. But let's think about it. Electric cars use batteries with materials that are mining oceans for cobalt and nickel, but killing a ton of aquatic life. And then also they're going to run out of those resources. So what do we do when we run out? Well, that is where our company stands apart. We will not run out of, and we are prepared for the future.
A lot has been said here. Here's a quick recap of why MWC is right for you. We lower fuel prices, have a renewable resource, so gas is no longer a problem, and our product is cleaner for the environment. Thank you.
So we also wanted to thank, obviously, the judges for coming out and helping us today. With our winnings, we will be able to work and get a finished product of our prototype and continue to keep pushing towards our goal. Special thanks to Carrie, for our teacher, for helping us get started and getting the resources that we need to get this done. Especially with the team, with Tom and Corey Fritz from Objects Design and Ken Sheen, to helping us find out where we are today and having the plan that we have. I just thank you for your time, and we are excited to continue to work with you.
Awesome project. Thanks for sharing the last 45 seconds. It kind of speaks to a lot of what we're up to as Parkway as a whole, with the 7 or 8 different strains that I think we have now within the Spark ecosystem, whether that's the teaching, the medical, the entrepreneur, or in this case, the engineering. Getting to do some activities that you could never even think up as maybe a 15, 16-year-old, but with a little bit of creativity, a little bit of ingenuity, and a little bit of just curiosity. It's really exciting to see what these students can develop. and especially working with the engineering students a little bit more this year. It is fascinating to see what projects you are working on versus what we're working on the entrepreneurial side of the equation. And if anybody was listening to this, this is definitely something that I think the students are missing out on this last 18 months, is if you know somebody that may have some insight, maybe some help for students that makes sense for them. If you know somebody that's in the combustion engine space, and I know no one in the combustion engine space, but if you do know someone, we're missing out on a lot of those networking events these last year and a half. So if you can accelerate some of that, that would really help all of us out, because I just feel like the students have been missing that component here. So if you do know that, feel free to reach out for them afterwards or get a hold of Xantha or myself, and we can make that connection. But some really cool things, and didn't know anything about your project MWC, but excited to hear about it. And from one car company to the next. Next, we have On Your Time Car Clean. This is with Sam and Max, and they're going to tell us all about their on-the-go car cleaning venture. You gentlemen are up next.
All right.
Can you share the screen, Max?
Yeah, I'll share my screen real quick. Just 1 second. Sorry about this. I'm just trying to share my screen. All right, can you see my screen?
Yep, you're good to go.
Okay, thanks. All right, so here's our pitch. Do you like going to the car wash, spending your time waiting in lines, only for a result you're not happy with? Well, me neither.
One of my biggest pet peeves is having a messy car. There really isn't anything worse than a long day at work or school just to climb into your mobile junk drawer to drive home. However, when my car's spick and span, I feel like the confident, classy young man I know I can be. Whether you're ready to seal the deal with your client, impress your friends, or pick up your date for the prom, On Your Time Car Clean will get the job done so you don't have to move a muscle. On Your Time Car Clean is here to help people gain that sense of cleanliness and organization necessary for success. We are a car cleaning service that will come to the customer, so you don't waste time going to traditional car washes. No one else has been able to exploit the niche of casual mobile car wash. Whether it's your office or home, On Your Time Car Clean will come to you and get the job done in a timely manner.
Just last week, I was sitting in my car at an intersection, waiting for a green light. As I waited, I couldn't help but look around at my car and feel disgusted. Food crumbs infused into the upholstery, the receipts hiding under the seat. The filth repulsed me. A clean car gives someone a peace of mind they need to feel good about themselves. As our company continues to grow, our main goal is to land large jobs at office spaces. This way, we can minimize our transportation costs. Currently, our main competitors are traditional car washes, such as Waterway. However, unlike Waterway, we will come to you and wash your car on your time and do it in a timely manner. We have honed in on our target market of office spaces. Other competitors don't come to commercial spaces to wash cars. They are forced to make customers come to them, and people hate waiting in lines. So what sets us apart exactly? We use a waterless car wash. That sounds crazy, right? We use Aero Cosmetics Water Wax All, a spray-on wax that uses very little water to achieve professional level results. The waterless wash offers many benefits. It's faster, it's cheaper, and it's eco-friendly.
In the last couple months, we have washed over 20 cars and broke even on our own investments. We are now to the point where we will be able to make profit, as we have enough supplies to clean many more cars. Through this process, we have been able to cut down our time from over 40 minutes to about 20 minutes. We've also grown an Instagram with over 100 followers, and of these customers we've had, some of them have been repeat customers. We've made over $300, and we've also entered 2 pitch competitions. Our goal is to have over 400 followers on Instagram by the end of the year. And we have also been in contact with several businesses and hope to secure some sort of job with the Parkway School District during the Teacher Appreciation Week. We aim to get even faster in cleaning cars and plan to get to about 15 minutes. We're also working with our advisors to reach out to more future customers in the most efficient way possible because we have tried cold calling, but we've had a very hard time with it.
We need to market our business so it can reach as many people as possible. So far, all of our customers have been through word of mouth, but we are building our Instagram and other social media platforms. We have our website in the works so that we can send out emails and customers can schedule a time that they would like our service. We've been in contact with several businesses mentioned previously, the Parkway School District, Warehouse of Fixtures, and many more. We hope to gain connections to local business owners so we can reach out to them and wash their cars. Our business has the process perfected. All we need is the connection so customers know about us.
If we were to win this competition tonight, all of the money would go back into growing our business. We could buy much needed supplies like more of our waterless wax, a stronger cordless vacuum so that we can truly offer our service anywhere without an outlet, towels, and hire employees for bigger jobs that we hope to secure in the near future. Our goals in the next 6 months are to increase our customers to 50 customers and make over $1,500. On Your Time Car Clean is here to help busy people obtain the clean car they deserve in the most stress-free way possible. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. On the Time Car Clean. Love the quip mobile junk drawer. That made me that laugh out loud. So good job. I always can appreciate a good quip from you guys. Also, fun that you're taking on one of Sparkway's like greatest affiliate, Waterway. I hope to love that they're now in competition with you. So hopefully you can take them down. As if you've been around the Spark scene long enough, you know that they host one of their own pitch competitions from us. So best of luck taking on one of our greatest affiliates.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, good pitch deck. Much better than anything creative I could come up with. So great job, guys. Best of luck as you guys try to scale up your revenue model.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Now we're on to Tommy Anderson with his company Unknown. He created Unknown in 2019, a high fashion streetwear brand that centers around expression of self-validation with the culture today. So we're excited to hear what Tommy has to say, and maybe he'll show us off a couple of his new upcoming spring designs. Tommy, you ready for us?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm having technical difficulties.
Yeah, join the crowd. I assume these are a couple of his brands behind him. So without even knowing that, I was already walking right into that for you.
Tommy, would you like me to share your screen? Share the screen? You just tell me which way to go? Okay, you've got it. Great.
Okay. All right. Have you ever been in a different environment, a different world, you could say, where you're placed somewhere where the only thing that you can associate with yourself outside of feeling like an outsider is the clothing that you wear and the place that you've come from? Every seam that you have, every seam that you wear is connected to you. And that is Unknown. Unknown is my life story reflected through a design. And I'm just a Black kid who had a dedicated mother who gave him an LLC on Christmas as a gift. And I took that on my own and learned how to grow and sell. And I went on to make 8,000 within my first 8 months. And I've been blessed and lucky enough to take this brand and expand it all over the world. Unknown is really about knowing and loving your story. Unknown is really just a giant key catalyst for embracing culture and connection through Black teens and young adults. We offer clothing at a high quality and personable state, with the experience being the customer knowing everything and all of the background behind the clothing because it's close to them and close to their heart as a Black teen. Our target market is Black teens and young adults, ages 15 through 25. And Unknown is not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. It's more than just the fabric and designs. Every single seam has a meaning. Every design that you can see behind me has a very specific meaning and connection to my life story. I am in the fashion industry, which is a $473 billion market, with my close competition being Rue 21 and my distant competition being one of my biggest inspirations, which is Louis Vuitton. But the difference between these big companies is the fact that I easily translate and share my story directly to the customer, which is something that these big brands a lot of the times try to mimic and copy and paste and throw out to the public. But it's a lot more authentic and real to the customer if they connect directly to it. In my first year, I've amassed over $8,000 with a profit of $4,335.18. My aim this year is to surpass this landmark within the first 6 months, knowing that I have the resources and ability to do so. My next steps is to incorporate more efficient social media tactics, using more Instagram, more TikTok, more Facebook, all of the outlets that I can. I've did a couple of test runs on TikTok, and I've amassed 1,000+ views in a couple days. So the tactics are working out pretty well. I've also been able to grow internationally, as I mentioned previously, with my first sale being in Guam a couple of months ago. And I've also had a lot of attention in Japan and in Australia with different customers reaching out. Over the last 2 years, as you can see, Unknown is projected to exceed our results from the previous year and a half. And I'm continuing to use the tactics that I've mentioned to grow. As the last 2 months, I've gained 220 sales. So the use of this contest, the prize money is mainly for manufacturing, getting my clothes out quicker and more efficiently for the customer, as well as advertisement, so I can get to the customer a lot more effectively. I also desire a mentor to help me with my advertising tactics, because that's very important to making my brand have an image and a message to the customer. We have our website right here. We also have our Instagram, which is ShopUnknown7. And remember, you too can know my people's story with Unknown. Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy. Impressive first year with the $8,000 in the door and over a 50% profit margin. So I think any business 101 student can get behind that first year out of the door. I want to bring up something Tommy's done without even us really being involved, is just go make it happen. There's lots of ways you can learn in this world. And many of us, especially the ones that take on the entrepreneurial strand, we want to learn by doing. Less reading, less YouTube videos, more going out and making it happen. Because for most people, you don't know what you don't know until you go figure out you don't know anything. And the best way to do that is become an entrepreneur, because you will learn about stuff that you had no idea this was even a possibility or a potential problem or a potential windfall, or who that next customer is going to be. So Tommy, shout to your mom for telling you, like, hey, this is you. If you want to make your life happen, like, here's the window of opportunity, and it's up to you now. So yeah, awesome. We that definitely exemplifies the Spark spirit. So thanks, Tommy. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, next we're going to go on to Treasure Publishing. This is with Gwen Treasure.
So Gwen actually had a family emergency tonight, so she's a scratch. So it should go to the next.
Avi, you're already on. You guys are ahead of the MC. Man, you guys are making me look bad. Avi here is with Space Exploration Organization, otherwise known as SEO. In the business world, we call that search engine optimization. But I guess, Avi, you're going to tell us what the new cooler version of SEO is. You're on. Unmute.
Can you hear me? So, ladies and gentlemen, who doesn't want to go to space? Well, the unfortunate thing is the common man still cannot go to space even after 60 years of space exploration. The Space Exploration Organization is launching a manned Mars mission initiative to get the common man to Mars. The most powerful rocket ever, the Saturn V, composes of 3 stages and special parts. The main problem with this rocket is it takes over 600,000 gallons of liquid fuel. That is enough fuel to fuel your car for 926 years. The main problem was NASA had to close their lunar missions because of this rocket costing so much because of the fuel consumption. So the SEO's rocket will compose of less parts and be more compact. The widening of the structure will enable it to carry more payload to Mars, and it will take less fuel, 4 times less to be approximate. The prototype was on the right. Now you may be asking me, Avi, the Mars is 40 times away from Moon, and you're taking 4 times less amount of fuel. The answer to that question would be orbit raising maneuver using gravity assist. Now this does sound complicated, but it's really not. Imagine a pole and a tether ball. You hitting the tether ball again and again to raise its speed. Eventually, the tether ball speed would be so great that the rope would break. Basically, the rocket would be doing the same thing. The rocket would fire its rockets periodically to raise its orbit, and basically it would beat gravity by using gravity and continue to Mars using interplanetary windsurfing. That is basically the same thing a ship does in the seas. It will use solar radiation and pressure to move forward and keep increasing its speed. Now, this mission does share logistics with other space missions, including the Voyager mission in 1977, the Cassini mission in 1997, and more recently, the Mars Orbiter mission of Israel in 2016. So clearly, the space industry does know about this idea. The main problem with a manned Mars mission is the costs. Research says that the cost can go anywhere from $100 billion to $10 trillion. Even a country cannot uptake that, much less a space agency. So to amplify how much the cost really is, NASA will spend $6 million to drop a pound on Mars. That is the equivalent of spending $870 million to drop me on Mars. So the SEO's rocket, since it will take more payload, will lower the cost. Can you imagine taking a pound to Mars for a fraction of that cost, maybe $6,000, $10,000? It would really open up space agencies' potential to take people to Mars for cheap. The target market for SEO is really any privatized space agency. Agencies such as SpaceX, Blue Origin, Virgin Atlantic, etc. This is because these privatized space agencies do see the potential of colonizing space exploration, and SpaceX's Elon Musk has repeatedly said that he would like to get to Mars by 2030 using an economical rocket, which the SEO presents him. So now you may be thinking, Avi, I don't want to go to space. How does this benefit me? Well, subsystems could also be derived from a manned mission to Mars. Recent missions to the Mars have actually given us guiding systems for cars in Teslas. Autonomous navigation systems in cars were the same ones used in rovers for Mars, and the potential of subsystems coming to the random market of Earth would be great. If I was to win today, the money would go into building a research computer to test models to demonstrate capability to private industries and space agencies so they could co-host this venture that I have started. Investors, this is really an opportunity for humans to do something that was once called impossible. And I guess that's really what SEO is about, achieving and doing the impossible. Thank you. And before I leave, I would like to give a special shout out to Ms. Myers, Ms. Hole, and especially Kent Sheehan, because they've really guided me throughout my project and taken me to the right direction. So thank you.
I'm not sure I can take any credit for that, but I would like to say I could, but thank you.
We'll give Xantha this credit. One of the things that we really do try to work with the students, and this is especially true on the engineering circuit, is we know that the judges they're going to present to have no idea the technical capabilities that they're talking about. So one of the things that we really try to work with these students, and especially obvious, how do you take this big picture idea and break that down into a place that the judges that come from all different walks of life can really understand. And I think, Avi, you did a really good job, and thanks, Carrie, for embracing the entrepreneurial side of our equation, and Xantha and Ken, obviously, for helping along the way. But here at Spark, we want to do cool things. Like that's part of it. We don't want this to be a boring classroom activity. So if you got something big and you got something that you want to explore and something you want to go for, we're here to embrace that. We're up for fun, exciting, and adventures. Because without that, you have a corporate job, and we try to shy away so much from that side. So we do embrace everyone's fact to come up with something cool, and we're going to tackle it. And I think you have showed us all that, Avi. So best of luck in whatever cool engineering school you are going to go to. And up next, we have the Relaxium LLC team. This is Annie, Audette, Maxwell, and Jack. You guys are here to tell us all about your pending invention.
Awesome. All right. Maybe. There we go. Yes. Oh. Perfect.
Three years ago, I wouldn't have been able to stand in front of anyone and present an idea. Struggling with multiple anxiety disorders is something I've had to seek treatment for close to 4 years for some sort of relief. I don't want kids to have to suffer through the years of anxiety and stress I dealt with at their age. Relaxium was founded to help solve this problem.
Relaxium is developing discrete, self-soothing coping methods for dealing with stress and anxiety. Currently, this comes in the form of a weighted sensory jacket that targets specific nerves on the upper back and shoulders to help reduce stress in kids ages 7 to 14. Now, there are similar options out there with the same intentions, such as our largest competitor, European-based company Sensory Direct. However, their products tend to look a lot like medical equipment that no child wants to be seen wearing. That's why our jacket has a great focus on discreteness.
So listen, we want our kids that are wearing this jacket to be able to put on the jacket and not have all the eyes in the classroom turn and look at the kid in the big old bulky jacket. So allowing them to have a way to cope with their anxiety in these public situations while being discreet is fundamentally behind the idea of the jacket. To pair with that, I mean, the weight is placed upon the shoulder and back area, which is designed to mimic the hug that you see a lot of therapists giving their patients when they're having a panic attack. So, I mean, it's all about comfort here. All the kids want to be comfortable.
Now, along the way, we've also met with several industry professionals who have guided us through, including Gary Kelman, CEO of Z-Pods, and Russ Traeger, who have helped us set our price point as well as develop our logo. We have Parkway alumni, some of whom are here today, to thank for pitch feedback, to which we then went on to win the Battle of the Saints teen pitch competition. In filing for our LLC and writing our operations agreement, we've consulted Drew Weckbach and Kent Sheen, both mentors from Spark. Jenny Wilson, who owns her own counseling practice aimed towards kids, has given us a leg up in helping to validate our product. And through James Skorberg with the Parkway Communications Department, we were able to even do a video feature promoting our business and product. This brings us to today, where we are in the process of securing a manufacturer and receiving our first order of jackets.
Currently, we have a running website, several tested prototypes made in-house, and we have officially started our initial round of manufacturing. We have also received a sample jacket from our manufacturer that allows us to make any changes that we see fit. Here's one of our samples from the manufacturer. On the right is our sample jacket, and on the left is our prototype, which shows the weights targeting 5 main pressure points around the back and shoulders. These points, which again mimic a hug, are proven to reduce stress and have been tested and used by stress counselors to calm patients during panic attacks.
We are competing in the anxiety relief industry, which last year was a $5.6 billion market due to the pandemic and a 28.2% compound annual growth rate. The amount of kids with anxiety since the COVID-19 pandemic began went from 11% to over 20% in that time span. In a report by Fortune Business Insights, the depression anxiety relief market is expected to grow to $13 billion by the year 2027. We have a contract with a Wyoming-based manufacturer for our first round of jackets. They have sent us sample jackets, and moving forward, we will be working with local businesses, specifically Collective Threads, in order to develop a sew-by sample to send to our manufacturer for development of the rest of the first order.
All right, so let's talk money a little bit. With our contract currently, we're paying $38 to produce and ship each jacket, and we're selling each of our jackets at $70, giving us a 45% profit margin. We currently have $3,565 invested into research and development of the jacket, as well as development expenses for things such as licensing our LLC and setting up work platforms for our business. At this point, in order to break even, we would need to sell 51 of our jackets, which is just over our minimum order quantity. Going forward, we hope to reduce production costs by ordering in larger quantities, as well as possibly moving to a local manufacturer like Collective Threads that we mentioned earlier to save on shipping costs. By doing this, we hope to increase to a 50% or higher profit margin by the year 2023.
Now let's talk about the future. If we win, we will use the money for trademarking our company in order to protect us legally as we move forward, as well as funding for...
Boom, gotcha. No, exciting stuff there from Relaxium. Speaking of things that you don't know until you don't know, anybody that's ever brought a physical product to market knows some of the headaches and hassles you learn along the way. So excited to see how the Relaxium team develops their prototype 1 to prototype 2 to getting their first round of market and then taking that feedback and seeing where they go for round 2. So really exciting stuff out of Relaxium, and we are going to continue trudging along to try to keep on pace. Hopefully everyone's in a good battle rhythm at this point as we move on to Turtle Incorporated. This is Daria, Zoya, Estefania. You guys are now on the main stage. Upper right, hit slideshow present. Mute. Let's roll. Oop.
Estefania, are you supposed to be speaking now?
No, Daria's supposed to be speaking. Are you?
Daria's muted.
She says Zoom froze. So.
All right. I think Turtle, can we come back to you in about, we'll come back to this round. So let's go ahead and we'll move on to Bundle. Charles, Grace, and Sanjana, would you come up? And then Turtle, would you talk in the background so that you can figure out who can share next time? And we'll bring you on right after.
Yes, Bundle, hurry up and jump on here. We're going to put you guys under the gun. Maybe we'll give you a bonus point or two. That is Bundle. That is Charles, Grace, and Sanjana. You guys are now going to jump up.
Right, yes, we Bundle. My name is Gracie Williams.
And I'm Charlie Pitt or Charles.
And Sanjana was not able to make it today. All right. Raise your hand if you have a cell phone. Keep your hand raised if you have it with you right now. It might not surprise you that there are, on average, American households have 11 connected devices. And what does that mean for us? Well, when you get a device, it is quite exciting, and you just tend to throw your wires aside and kind of ignore them. This leads to them getting pushed to the side, tangled, frayed, and damaged. And this could be very harmful.
After extensive research, we've found that people a lot of times will mistreat and neglect their wires, and it can be very dangerous. For example, a phone charger is a 5-volt output. That doesn't seem like much, but it is enough to start a fire, especially if you don't pay attention to the device that's being charged with it. And found about a third of teenagers will sleep with their device charging in their bed, which can be very dangerous, especially if when they fall asleep, because of the heat generated. It's a fire hazard, and if you're sleeping with a fire hazard and it catches fire, well, that's really bad.
But wait, what if I just throw out my wires before they become potentially harmful to me? Well, that's not a great idea either. That can hurt your wallet and the environment. You see, in our generation, e-waste is a big deal, a huge problem. There are 11,000 tons of e-waste in landfills all across the US. It is only 2% of the trash that fills our landfills, but it accounts for over 70% of the toxic waste that we have. This means it's seeping into our soil, our oceans, and our water supplies.
So found that from a survey that we did in school, 80% of people said that they struggle with managing their wires. We've also found that the industry that we're doing, which is the tech industry, is very big, $5.2 trillion, and it's increasing 5 to 6% every single year.
Our journey. You see, our team met in early August of 2021, and we all had similar problems in our day-to-day lives. We had wires that got tangled, and it led them to getting destroyed and frayed. And so we began brainstorming. We needed a solution to this, and we needed a solution fast. And our product has gone through so many phases. We've gone through so many materials: cardboard, plastic, metal, silicone, and we truly believe that with all the help from our mentors, this is the best possible version of what Bundle could possibly be. This is our design and how it works.
So for this, it's like an umbrella when it's closed, with the thing going down on the right, but when it's open, you can, as shown here, you wrap the wire around the base. And once you're done with wrapping it around, you can close it by pushing the thing that's sticking out down. And then you can travel with the wires being safe.
Our vision is that everyone has a bundle. And not only this, they have a bundle for all the different types of wires that they have. Not only phone chargers or earbuds, Christmas lights, or computer chargers, all of it. We truly believe in this product and we believe that it is important for everyone to have. Special thanks to all of our amazing mentors, our teachers, and of course the Parkway Alumni Association and the Phelps competition. This is such an amazing opportunity. We're so honored to be able to share all of our hard work with you guys. And overall, we are really looking for someone to help us manufacture and make the molds for our product since it is made out of silicone. And I think everyone here has been super helpful already. So thank you guys all so much.
All right. Thank you both. And thank you for jumping on a little bit of quick notice. I know we were a little bit out of sorts. So I think Turtle Incorporated is getting ready. Turtle, if you could go ahead and get ready and I'll kind of finish off my spiel as Turtle tried their second round on getting up to speed in this wonderful electronic environment, which is hopefully our last ever, but I have a feeling that we'll probably have something else pop up along the way. But really interesting stuff coming out of bundle. And if they could only create that for my travel bag and all the cords and stuff coming out of that bag, that's where I need some help personally. So Turtle, how are we looking on getting this rolling second time around? Looks like Turtle's both on mute still. Okay. All right, both unmuted, ready to roll.
Okay, so you're Turtle. I'm Sarah Hendricks.
I'm Estefania Gill.
And I'm Zoya Bari.
So, have you ever heard of Tornado Alley? Well, I hate to break it to you, but there's a hail alley too. And Missouri is right in the center of it. We have a 5-month hail season, according to Pat Ginnon, a Missouri climatologist. Now, picture this. You're moving into your brand new St. Louis apartment, perfect in all ways, except it doesn't have a garage. This is not an uncommon occurrence, as only 39% of renters actually have one. Now, you're unpacking box after box after box. The last thing on your mind is a hailstorm. However, as you look out your window, you see your car being pummeled by it, denting the pristine paint job and ruining your plans for eating out for, well, months. However, this could have been easily prevented if you had trusted in Turtle Incorporated's hail-proof rain car cover.
So we all met each other through the Spark Engineering program, where we realized that we or somebody that we knew had their car damaged by hail at one point. So we wanted to find out how big of a problem hail actually was. And while researching, we found out that the number of extreme hailstorms in the United States is going up every year. So the number of cars being damaged by hail is also going up every year. So we wanted to find a solution to this problem. Thus, the Turtle was born. We started prototyping around mid-January, using only a small Barbie car for testing. But since then, we've been able to test various types of materials for how waterproof and shockproof they are. But what makes the Turtle any different from any other car cover on the market right now? Well, most car covers on the market right now only protect from rain and dust, whereas the Turtle can protect from everything and anything, including rain, wind, dust, snow, hail, and that sleet and UV rays. But there are some products in the market that claim to protect against hail. The thing is, these products only protect specific types of cars, or only have the tops of the cars covered. But the thing is, hail can fall diagonally in strong winds. So, the Turtle covers your car completely and will fit most car sizes, guaranteeing protection.
Our product is perfect for those who live in areas with fluctuating weather or areas that primarily experience cold climates. In 2020, the United States experienced 4,611 major hailstorms And in the same year, $3.1 billion were spent on hail damage claims. In the past years, the number of hail damage claims have significantly increased in Missouri alone. In 2018, there were 12,000 claims. In 2019, there were 14,000 claims. And in 2020, there were 26,000 claims. It's evident that there is a need and a market for car protective products.
So, how does it work? The cover is intended to be stored in your car for easy access. All you have to do to put this on your car is take it out of the accompanied storage cover and throw it over your car. There are hooks sewn into the fabric that hook into your wheels and bumpers in order to fully wrap around your car without you having to reach underneath it or pull on some separate things. Not only is this easy to set up, but the spread out nature of these hooks also means that the wind will not be able to pick up the cover and take it away from you.
If awarded the grant, we'll be able to create a full-scale prototype of a product. By doing this, we'd be able to perfect our design to its fullest potential, ensuring no car under the protection of the turtle shall be damaged. To conclude, the turtle is the cutest and most effective way to protect a car from inclement weather. Thank you.
Thank you, Turtle. Worth the wait to get that presentation in. That is all too timely for tonight, since apparently we're not allowed to meet in person due to some St. Louis sleet. You guys could have sold a half dozen of these just tonight for the judges alone. So look forward to seeing how the turtle continues to improve and seeing if you can't update that for sleet infringements. But definitely much use here in the Midwest, as I think probably everybody here that's been driving more than 5 years has been hit by hail at least once, if not multiple times. So very cool things coming out of Turtle and Relaxium on this back half of the presentation. We will continue on with our program with Simply Quiet. This is Shira and Sine, and their goal is to reduce the amount of noise that comes from vacuums to prevent irritating and other people's kids and pets. So can't wait to hear this. And I don't know what it is quite yet, but I think there should definitely be snoring at it. I don't even know what the product is yet, but I think this is going to help with some snoring issues.
Hello, I'm Adam Hupperts.
I'm Salaman Yuga.
And I'm Shreya Sawant. And this is Simply Quiet.
If you couldn't tell, that loud noise was a vacuum, which you may have found to be very annoying, but someone with hyperacusis disorder may find that sound to be unbearable and very painful to their hearing. Hyperacusis disorder is a common disorder that's found in up to 40% of children with autism, and it pretty much is where sounds that may sound normal to you and me sound extremely loud and, again, unbearable to the person with the disorder.
Imagine you are a child with hyperacusis disorder and your parent goes to vacuum. This will cause you screeching pain and will only make things worse for you and the parent. Imagine how they would feel. What is a decibel? A decibel is a unit used to measure sound. And as you can see on our chart, a whisper is around 20 decibels and an ambulance siren is around 120 decibels. Right in the middle is where hearing loss starts to incur. Also, a vacuum's decibels are at 85 decibels. So vacuums also can cause hearing loss.
Early on with our prototypes, we were thinking of actually insulating the inside of the vacuum to dampen the noise. But then once we talked to our mentors, Corey Fay and Ryan Lee from Objects Design, we quickly realized that this was not the easiest way to go about solving our issue. So we looked at a more external solution that could be taken off of the vacuum and reapplied easily.
So our prototypes are made out of cardboard boxes and foam. They are used to wrap around the bottom of a vacuum cleaner to dampen the noise coming from the beater brush and the motor. Right now, we are only prototyping on stand-up vacuums.
Each year in the United States, 40 to 50 million vacuums are sold. And if we can get our product in each person's home on their vacuum, there's a large potential market for our product. And we plan to sell our product directly to consumer.
With proper funding, we could expand our product to a variety of different kinds of vacuums other than the standard stand-up vacuums. For example, a Roomba or shock vacs. We could also use the funding to finalize our product and make it look better visually. So this entails changing the cardboard to a more slick material and being able to create more of this product to distribute. So who else is impacted? So loud vacuums obviously cause disruption in the house, especially for families. For any parents out there, you know, children can be very messy, but also keeping them quiet and asleep for a long period of time can be very difficult. So using a loud vacuum to clean up a mess can become a much more complicated process than it should be. More urgently though, loud vacuums can impair the ability for a parent to hear a crying child or distressed person. Also, many vacuums can cause hearing damage to both the user and the people around them, as previously mentioned.
Another person affected by the loud noise of a vacuum would be anyone trying to study or work from home. Because speaking as a high school student, I can say that when I'm trying to do homework or online school, vacuums can be very disruptive in the background. And with the pandemic, there's an increase in jobs from working from home. And so with our product dampening the noise of vacuums, this could help people working from home focus.
Loud vacuums also elicit fear and anxiety in many different types of pets. And this causes an inconvenience for the pet owners, leaving both parties very frustrated. A quieter vacuum would diminish the issue of a loud foreign object and cause much more comfort for the pet and less stress for the pet owner.
Lastly, with people with hearing disabilities and hearing aids, when they hear a vacuum, it could be a lot more painful for them than it would for the normal person, and it could cause them a lot more stress than the normal person would incur using a vacuum. That's why our product would help them to stay focused while vacuuming and not having a bad time while vacuuming.
Thank you all for listening to our presentation, and special thanks to Corey Fay and Ryan Lee from Objects Design for helping lead the way for our design, and another thanks to Carrie Hull, our Spark teacher, for giving us this opportunity.
Awesome. I've been doing this a number of years, and one of the exciting things is I've never have any clue what's going to walk onto stage, or in this case, what's going to pop on the screen. All sorts of crazy ideas. And this has nothing to do with snoring, nothing at all. I was completely off base. I would love to see how you guys could prototype for that, but a really cool design and just problem solving. It's kind of problem solving 101 there. Noisy vacuums, let's come up with it. So that leads to an invention, which leads to a project, which leads to getting a hold of a whole bunch of people. And that's why we called it an experiential learning environment, because of everything you pick up for by solving what most people consider a small problem, but to a few people is a large created issue, and solutions are needed. So thank you guys for bringing that to light. All right, we are now on to Hydrobike. This is Joey and Atia. Joey and Atia, you guys are here to talk about, I assume, bikes on water. Let's see if I can get closer this time.
You're right on the money, Drew. I think Drew
All right,
is
good.
going
Oh, I was going to
to
go
share
over 2 here.
Here, I'll share my screen. Let's see. Do I have permissions to? Oh, wait, never mind. It's a big green button. All right, we're ready.
Okay, here we go. Hi, my name is Aditya Singh, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Hydrobike with Joey Stecker, my partner. Imagine with me that you're in a park hiking along. The warm air is rushing by your face, the trees are beautiful, and all you want to do is keep on pedaling, enjoying the summer air and the beauty of nature. This plan is going great, but then a glimmer of calamity appears on the horizon. Before you know it, a slow, lazy river fills your view and your wonderful bike ride has come to a halt. Do you have to stop your bike? With Hydrobike, you don't have to. With just the press of a button, your bike instantly transforms into a floating Voyager, capable of taking you anywhere across the water, be it over the river to your destination or on a water ski-like joyride across the lake. This simple attachment grants any bike owner a new realm of outdoor exploration capability. The streamlined nature means that once you pop it on, you barely even know it's there. And when the time comes, it activates with just the press of a button, and before you know it, you've got yourself a Hydrobike. Now, my partner Joey is going to run you through some information about the product.
All right, so let's look at the market. So in the US alone, there's 52 million people who own a bike. And worldwide, we're looking at 580 million. So that's a lot of people. We're looking to sell our product for about $100. And our target communities are people with high bike ownership. In addition to, So I think the ideal market we could look at is Venice, Italy. So Venice, Italy has a high density of people who ride bikes in order to get to work and stuff, but it also has large water sources. So they could use the product in order to get where they need to go a lot easier. So previous ideas we've looked at, so let's look at our first previous idea we looked at. So this is like right at the very beginning, we get 2 big PVC pipes and it looks basically like the hot dog on your far left. So the hot dog design is hooked onto the axles like all the other design, but the problem with this part is that it's bulky and it actually has a low buoyant force, which I'll talk about in a second. Next design is a big telescoping design made out of aluminum, but the problem with this design is that it's going to be really hard to waterproof. So looking at a more waterproof friendly design, Corey Fay actually helped us with this one. He recommended getting some shocks, but the problem with these shocks is they're really flimsy. So our product looks like this.
So this is a prototype that we're working on right now. So basically what this prototype does is it integrates the last 2 designs Joey talked about, the expansion, which was flimsy, and oh, Joey, we need to go back a slide. This is a little bit later. So basically in the previous slide, what you saw was right here on the left, you see a collapsed version of the design, which just mounts onto your bike. And then on the right, you see the inflated version. The red is ripstop nylon. That's a waterproof and robust flexible tarp, while the kind of shiny golden bit, that's a telescoping tube. So basically what we did is we combined 2 of the con ideas and sort of integrated them into one that works. And so on the next slide, there's a little animation that shows how this mounts onto your bicycle. So if you see just the little nut that goes in the axle pops off, all you need to do is screw on a little bar like so. Then you can attach a mounting plate, and then finally the big plate that the waterproof tarp goes onto.
Okay, so let's talk about the physics behind this. So in order to actually get a bike to float, we need a large buoyant force. But let's look at the factors of floating. So we need our attachment to be low weight, which it will be, which Aditya will talk about in a minute. And it also needs to be a large volume. So the volume actually helps with the buoyant force, which basically makes it possible for it to float. So buoyant force is the weight displaced, buoyant force is the weight of the water displaced. So if you were to have a bucket of water and similar to the shape of our design and fill that with water, the weight of that water would be equal to the force upward you have for our attachment. So that provides us with the ability to make it float. Benefits over the competition, we're looking at storage. So it's going to lapse. Like you could actually keep this attachment on your bike. So it's all, and that also leads into it always being with you. So it's always with you. You never have to forget it, and you can use it anywhere you want. It's also going to be cheaper than our like competitions, just as a kayak or other pedal bike similar to this. So it's a lot cheaper and better on you because it's better to spend less money. It's also easy to use and lightweight. All you have to do is attach it to your bike and just roll it into the water. With a kayak, it requires 2 people. Thank you so much for listening, and we'd like to thank Corey Fett, Kent Sheen, and Isabella, who actually helped us with some of the drawings. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. All I could think about when you were talking to me about a Venice water bike is like, does it come with GPS? Because that place is hard enough to get around with like your phone. I can't imagine getting around that place without any GPS device. But look forward to seeing how you guys add some ballast to that bike. I don't want to do like a NASCAR, just like turning one direction the whole time.
We've actually done some testing on that, and it's pretty neat. It actually does balance pretty well. So yeah,
good. See, once again, way off. Just keep throwing me under the proverbial water bike. Thanks a lot, guys. And we are going to move on to Notebookium. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But I've been known to butcher about 30 last names and 20 company names over the last presentation or two. But you guys are going to be jumping on the virtual stage next.
I think we've got a different entry. I think we have PenX, which is a modern solution to recycling. So I think PenX. So I think I added in late. Sorry about that.
All right. Very well. Well, mine is from previous. So PenX, you guys.
And this will be judged by David Marks and Jeff Altman, just to clarify.
Everybody good on the jump in? Judge is good?
Okay, good. Thank you.
All right, let's roll.
Hello, we are PenX. Imagine you want to take your family to your favorite nostalgic beaches with picturesque views, beautiful beaches, beautiful sand, beautiful water. You show up with your family hoping to see these same views from over 10 years ago, but you're only welcomed to a ruined view filled with plastic waste and garbage anywhere your eye can see. This has been caused by the fact that the US is ranked #1 in plastic waste generation in the world, including illegal dumping on coastal environments.
Every year, there's around 300 million tons of plastic waste that are generated worldwide. So do you know what really happens when you recycle your products? Say, for example, you have 100 plastic water bottles. Out of those plastic water bottles, only 25% of those water bottles would even be attempted to being recycled. Out of these remaining 25%, 1 in every 4 of these are contaminated while going through the recycling process. The contamination of water bottles while going through the recycling process leads to an entire batch of recycling being wasted, leading to 91% of these water bottles being contaminated. Only 2 out of the original 100 water bottles are truly being recycled.
So, what solution? So we'll start off with our timeline. So around September to late November, we started off with thinking of creating a pen scanner, and we used a barcode scanner that you find in grocery stores as a reference. And with this pen, consumers would be able to scan the barcode of the product, and they would be able to see if the product was recyclable or not with a simple yes or no question or answer. And like in January and December and January, we met up with a couple of mentors, and they gave us a couple of suggestions. One of the suggestions was that we should have an app to pair with the pen, and with that, the consumers would be provided with more information about the product that they wouldn't be able to see on the pen itself. So where does that leave us now? So our pen. So this is the basic functions of the pen. We have the scanner, which you use to scan the barcode, and the screen you have that displays all the information, such as like what grade the recycling is, and if the recycling product is able to be recycled in your area. You have the scanning button, which scans the barcode. You have the Bluetooth button, and then you have the charging port. So with our app itself, consumers are able to get a larger database of information. And with this, consumers will be able to see how the product would be properly cleaned so that it does not contaminate other recycling products. And you could also see similar products that are also recyclable in your area. And you could add it to a list of products that are recyclable and that you might want to see in the future.
So what markets are we selling to? We are trying to sell to consumers and companies that are trying to appear more environmentally conscious. We want to give consumers an easy way to learn and understand what is and isn't recyclable.
So we are different from other companies because not only do we have an app where people are able to scan products and learn more about the recycling process, but we also provide the physical pen so people can efficiently scan barcodes to tell right there on the spot if it can or cannot be recycled. We bridge the gap between those two.
How will the Thomas Phelps grant support us? Well, this grant will support us by giving us the money and recognition to reach out to other companies and help make a polished prototype, one that is outside the scope that Spark can provide us, and really be able to sell it to new markets.
PenX provides a modern solution to recycling by simplifying and teaching about the complex process of recycling.
A special thanks to our mentors pictured up here, and thank you to all of you for listening to our presentation.
Awesome, guys. Definitely a new take on how to make the recycling process a little more efficiently. I think everybody that's been in the recycling space knows how inefficient it can be and how big of a concern it continues to be. So I love hearing a different take on it and look forward to hopefully seeing as your guys' prototype progresses onward. And just to check with the powers that be, are we now back on Notebookium? That appears to be, as we have Dorian I see on my screen. Dorian will be joined by Will and Eamon, and you guys are now ready to tell us about a company and product that makes organizing paper easier. And with that, go ahead and share your screen and get your presentation on, and we will get you kicked off.
All right, can you hear me? All right.
Yep.
So I'm Will Lanforsec.
I'm Amon Pai.
Dorian, you're muted.
Am I still muted?
Nope.
No, you're good now.
You're good.
All right. And I'm Dorian Washington. Have you ever been overwhelmed by unorganized papers, rips and tears from massive binders? Well, I can tell you, students such as us have been dealing with this for a while now. And it's gotten to a point where we've been focusing on how to organize our notes rather than trying to memorize the content that is given to us. And standard composition and spiral notebooks are all right for organizing notes, but that's all they really are, standard. The one-size-fits-all model of notebooks doesn't really work for everyone. And because of that, people have moved more towards electronic notebooks. And while this is a great idea, it offers almost too much freedom. A study found that 42% of students have non-course related material open on their electronic devices during class time. And this kind of defeats the purpose of having the electronic device because it can result in students also not learning material.
These two extremes don't really provide a middle ground, and that kind of causes a problem for consumers because they don't have a way to optimize their time. For students, time is of the essence. They have to juggle extracurricular activities, jobs, and chores on top of their schoolwork. In addition, their memories aren't as great as we need them to be. After about 2 weeks from learning curriculum, students can recall about 20% of it. And after about 4 weeks, that number reduces to about 5%. But with note taking, students are forced to synthesize their notes and write them down in a place where they can reference it in the future. We are hoping to create a product that both optimizes the time used by students, as well as creating a place for students to organize their notes nicely.
Our team has come up with a solution to these problems. Introducing the Easy Slide. The Easy Slide has a new approach to filing and is made for a new way to come back to notes when done note-taking. Our product is split into 2 parts, a base rail attached to a solid cover notebook, allowing for the attachment of our second component, a preloaded cartridge filled with papers that allow the paper to be removed and added effectively and efficiently. By using this product over simple binders and simple notebooks, it prevents holes in papers from their binder rings, and you can organize papers in this product to file more efficiently by taking off the cartridge when finished by using then file it.
Back in August of 2021, the 3 of us came up with this idea for taking notes by getting notes and papers in our Spark Engineering program. We interviewed teachers and students to see how they recall notes, and fortunately enough, from the educator and student standpoint, a lot of students don't really have an organizing system or had problems organizing one way or another. 87% of students said that they would rather have a system for time management and they had problems organizing, and 88% of the students said they want to find a faster yet efficient way to do so.
Once we saw how others had the same problem as us, we began to look into different ways to improve the buildings of bindings. We created different designs for the same goal in mind, finalizing on the Easy Slides design for the simple use of filing when finished. Currently, our design is able to hold 1 cartridge at a time. We hope to make a new prototype in the future by redesigning the rail system to have more connectors to be able to connect multiple cartridges. Ultimately, this will allow for more papers to be added in 1 notebook.
With the funds from the competition, we aim to create a prototype that will stress and test our designs, as well as bringing a new organization method to the notebook market, which will generate competition and then bring in sales. We hope to, with our innovative slide system, to optimize students' time used, as well as giving them a place to store their notes in an easy way. Thank you, Phelps Pitch Competition, for giving us this opportunity to pitch, and thank you to all our mentors who assisted us through this process. We can't thank you enough. We are Easy Slide, the essential element of your daily life.
Thank you. Future note takers, future note collectors. Interesting new design on the age-old problem. I'm still operating like an old school person with just handwritten notes throughout the presentation. So maybe I could put all these into my own little binder from your guys' solution. All right, moving our way down the docket, we have SCI. SCI is Avi, Suryanesh, and Sophie. You guys are up to tell us about a service, and you guys are already on board and ready to roll. So I'm going to let you guys just jump and tell us about your cool product.
Sorry, I missed the unmute mic button. I got it now. All right. So investors, we are SCI, Soil Corrosion Innovations. My name is Suryansh.
I'm Avi. I'm back for a second round of pitching. So
and I think Sophia might be having some issues, but Sophia's here also as our 3rd member.
Can you hear me?
Oh. Yep. Yes, we can.
Hi, I'm Sophie.
Okay. So drones are the future. If you look at Amazon's Prime Air, Apple's map tracking, or even locally Wings of Hope, trying to deliver medication to remote locations, they are taking over the world. As of January 2021, there have been over 1.5 million drone registrations in the US. Goldman Sachs forecasts the total drone market size to be worth about $100 billion. Looking at this graph, we can also see that they're entering households across the nation. But while we have cutting edge technology, we are still plagued by an old issue: soil erosion. Soil erosion is basically the stripping of soil through means of water, air, or human activity. But here at SCI, we focus on a specific type of soil erosion: rill erosion.
Rill erosion can simply be defined as the erosion of topsoil on a hill or slope land by runoff water, thus creating small channels along its surface. Now, why should rill matter to you? Well, the loss of this usable and nutrient-rich soil across an extended period of time has a myriad of issues, including sedimentation of our rivers and waterways, limited water retention, and degradation of soil quality. From this graph, we could see that rill erosion across the decades has decreased drastically, while unfortunately sheet and rill erosion has stayed pretty constant. This is due to these two types of erosion being largely irreversible. With the condition of this issue, there is a major hit on crop production as a whole, which largely contributes to the increase of food deserts and hunger within our nation. That's less food on your plate and on others.
Enter the SCI. We're a group of young teenagers who are passionate about the people and the planet. Currently, SCI is developing a drone attachment which will contain and drop seed soil mixture. The seed soil mixture will allow us to till the ground and really focus on treating the rill erosion.
So looking at this slide here, we can see a couple of our previous designs, the Erosion Eradicator 3000 and the design on the bottom. We've really come far with utilizing our mentors, mentors from Objects Design and our facilitator, Carrie Hull. And we've come up with the final design that looks kind of like a grain silo, which you can see on the left. It has a hole at the bottom, which the seeds can drop through, and the attachment can slide into and attach onto almost any commercial drone. What we try to do here at SCI is use the natural method that Mother Nature has been providing for centuries. The ideas of crop rotation and composting aren't new, but we try to use them and create soil seed mixtures that include native plants so that we can treat the land with native plants and effective soil solutions. And what we're trying to do here also is utilize this natural method and combine it with cutting edge technology to develop and produce the best solution ever.
As we can see from this infograph, drones aren't really a major part in the agricultural sector. Here at SCI, we're really trying to change that. Through the usage of a drone, we do believe that we will be able to reach inaccessible areas and bring a factor of safety to the farmers.
Our vision with SCI's Green Drone is to help revolutionize the way farmers combat rill erosion. We believe that conservation can coexist with human development, and it is time for the newer generation to take an initiative against environmental issues to help protect and conserve the earth for its future inhabitants.
All right, well, thank you guys for presenting a good ecology report for all of us that don't spend a lot of time in the dirt here. So appreciate your guys' explanation of that. And we are going to move on to our final pitch competition here, and that is going to be Ecolite. So quick thanks to the judges tonight for all of their help, and to Drew McAllister, who's done the legwork on all these presentations. Thanks to Drew for making this work, and for all the entrepreneurs who have figured out on the fly how to give a presentation they're supposed to do in person on the Zoom environment. And with that, we are going to turn it over to Ecolite, who is going to provide our NCAP presentation of the evening. Before that, we are going to convene as judges and come back hopefully in about 10 minutes to provide the winning team their virtual check But after this presentation, judges are going to convene. We'll come back to the Zoom meeting and then we will present the check. So just a little housekeeping note. Ecolite, you guys are now on.
All right. Well, we are Ecolite. We are saving time and money for backpackers by making hiking gear more efficient. So I remember hiking for 3 miles with a 15-pound propane stove. And by the time we got there, it was so heavy. We've been hiking for so long. We were just too tired to set it up, and we ended up going to bed hungry. Our biggest issues with hiking gear are the weight and assembly. The assembly time takes too long for most of these products, and the weight, they're way too heavy for what they're used for. As Boy Scouts, we are very familiar with these type of equipment. These gas stoves, these propane stoves, they're heavy, they're bulky. There's no point to you needing them. The solution to this bulk would be these Msr Burning Stoves that we have on this right side. They are a lighter and smaller alternative solution, but the biggest problem with these are that they are incredibly expensive, and they shouldn't be more expensive just to be a little bit lighter on your pockets while you're hiking. So just because of that, while you're camping, what you're typically bringing with you is light meals like rice, instant rice, oatmeal, things you can just throw water onto and create a meal out of. We don't see need for extra weight with the meals, so we don't see why there should be extra weight with what you're cooking them with.
Okay, so with this, I'm not sure why that's not showing up, but this is a design of our cup. So our original design was to make a electric cup. This cup would allow consumers to heat water when in the outdoors. But when talking to Corey Fett and workers at REI, a local camping store, we decided to make a connector. This connector would allow consumers to take drill batteries that they would find at their home and electric cups that they can find on the market already and connect them to make a portable electric water heater. Next slide. So Ty, could you go to the next slide? So with our batteries, these batteries weigh half as much as a propane tank, and this would allow consumers to have twice as much power with the same amount as weight. These batteries are environmental friendly. They would not cause gases to go up in the atmosphere like gas stoves do, and you do not have to run the risk of tipping your fuel over and losing fuel, but also hurting the environment. Also, our product is more functional. Our product comes in 3 main pieces, while gas stoves come in multiple pieces and are very difficult to put together. Our power source is an electric battery, which you can charge at your house. But with propane, you have to go to a store, fill it up, and then bring it back home before you can even start hiking. Also, when backpacking, you have to carry between 30 and 40 pounds, which could be back-breaking. With our product, we can reduce the weight, which would overall create a better experience for the hikers and make the hikers more efficient.
So propane is a modest fuel source. For about $40, you can get a 16-ounce bottle that'll last you about 2 hours worth of burning. However, you come with some risks. Needless to say, there is a fire safety risk. However, there's also the risk of the propane bottle leaking. If you're trying to be weight efficient, you're probably going to store as much as you can into one bag. And when you store propane into a bag, you have a risk of having it leak and compromise everything in your bag, ruining almost all your camping gear and having your entire experience be much more difficult, if not ruined. So we suggest switching to electric power with lithium-ion batteries. You can get 2 of these batteries for about $30, and they last for about 2 years worth of discharging and recharging. They can also take about 2 hours to recharge. However, the price to recharge them is only about 1 cent given the current electric prices in Missouri. If you could go to, yeah. Hey, Drew, I think you're muted.
We would be able to use this money from this grant to increase materials, gain more information, develop our project, and offset our cost of testing to create a better product for the consumers. We wanted to thank Carrie Hull, our Spark teacher, and Corey Fay from Object Design for helping us with our project and making a better project for the consumer. Thank you.
Thank you, Ecolite, for putting a bow on this presentation. Judges, if you check your email, I believe Drew McAllister sent us all an email for us to join a separate Zoom room so we can discuss in private your findings and your information on the presentations this evening. And it looks like Xantha would like to address the audience real quickly. Xantha, do you have anything to say before we jump into our own room?
Yes, judges, I put the link also in your chat, and I just want to say thank you, and I apologize for running a little bit late today. Again, we didn't get to practice virtually at all. We had a little bit of hiccups, but overall, I thought all the groups did really well, and I'm so glad I'm not judging. So thank you for doing what you're doing, and we'll be waiting for you to come back. We have 3 prizes. The first prize is for $599 so that they don't have to file a W-9. The second prize is for $300, and the first prize is for $100. So judges, if you would like to go into the private room and discuss who you think is deserving, that would be great. Thank you. Everyone else, we can just hang tight, and they'll be minutes. Get a drink of water.
All right, I'm back in, and most of the judges are going to slowly matriculate their way in. We did it as quick as possible to make sure you guys didn't have to linger on Zoom too much longer, so you can get back to your dinner. Because I know my wife is quite annoyed that I'm still in the kitchen like 2.5 hours later.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Xantha, you can see my neon sign in the back if you look over my shoulder.
So do we want judges to have any general feedback or comments, or do we just want to announce the winners? What are you thinking?
I guess if we have to keep it pretty tight, but if any judge wants to say anything, we'll open the floor. I'll start with Jeff. Try to keep it under 30 seconds, just big picture to all the students.
And you want us to speak to them is what you're asking for?
Yeah, you get 30 seconds to either call the team out if you want to help or overall things, but try to keep it under 30.
Okay. I'm having bad reception right now. That's why I'm skeptical. Can you hear me?
We can. All right. Well,
I can hear you, Jeff.
It's in.
All right. Maybe we will bypass the feedback and just move on to the awards ceremony. All right, let's move on to the awards ceremony. So get the students all ready. Thank you to all the students. And I am actually going to hand the proverbial microphone over to David, since I left him out in the cold on the introduction. And David is actually going to present our 3 winners in reverse order. So with that, David, welcome to the main stage.
All righty. Third place goes to Relaxium.
Woo!
That was our third place. Second place goes to Kella. And first place, and I was highly impressed, is Unknown, the clothing brand.
Yes.
Yay.
So just to give a little bit of feedback to everybody in the room, since we didn't go around in circles with the judges, I'll just jump in that we were really impressed with the companies that had some real strong sales and the profit margin, as well as the companies that were on the tech and engineering side that really showed a display towards their final production. And just so some people are aware, to get some good kudos to everybody out there, I did ask every judge for their top 3 teams. So people that got votes but did not make the top 3 include MWC, Umbrella, My Space Guy, Hydrobike, Ecolite, SCI, and Turtle. So despite not making the top 3, all of you did show your true colors to one of the judges, and in often cases, multiple of the judges, but we only had room for 3 slots. So if you did make that top 10 companies, you really did prove yourself on this big stage. So thank you all. With that, I'm going to turn over to Xantha for her to give her closing remarks. And if Carrie wants to give any closing remarks, as these are the 2 ladies that herd all the cats and make us look cool and provide a truly unique experience for the kids.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the kids, and especially since they got thrown into this and they didn't get to practice on Zoom at all. And thank you guys for, with all our technical difficulties, and sticking out and having an extra 40 minutes. I really appreciate you. I appreciate the Alumni Association. I want to invite you all in to have coffee with us at Spark. You can come anytime. I'm there in the morning, and Carrie and Drew are there in the afternoon. So we're always there at Chesterfield Mall. So thank you for being such huge supporters, and thank you to the Phelps family for supporting this. And I hope everyone has a really good night. Parkway has announced that we are having a virtual snow day tomorrow. Yay. So kids are excited. So thank you so much.